it's Miss Marcus. I'm going to talk through today's set of notes. Our topic is regular polygons as our basis. Our essential question is our essential question is what is a regular polygon and how do I find the area of one? Okay, and so let's define regular polygon. It's a polygon where all sides and angles are congruent. So for example, I have a regular polygon here on the left. I know it's a pentagon because it has 5 sides. So that means that all the sides are congruent. So I'm going to use congruency marks for sides. And I know all the angles are congruent. So I'm going to use those congruency marks for angles. Over here on the right, we do not have a regular pentagon because we do not have all sides congruent nor all the angles congruent. All right. Now, parts of a regular polygon. The first thing is a side. It's the segments that make up the polygon. So for example, we have this side here. Okay. I'm going to highlight it in purple. We also have a radius. So it's the segment from the center of the polygon to the vertex. And so in this case, the vertex is where our sides intersect. So I'm going to highlight in blue. As you can see, here's an example of a radius here. Okay. And then the apothem is a segment from the center to the midpoint of a side, and it's perpendicular. So I'm going to highlight that in orange. So from the center to the side, but specifically the midpoint, which means it splits the side in half. So I'm going to write the congruency marks, and it's perpendicular, so it intersects at a right angle. So how do we find the area of this polygon, or any polygon? So we need to split up the polygon into congruent triangles. All right, and so I'm going to start splitting it up into congruent triangles. And so I'm going to count this entire triangle as one. And I see that I actually have 5 triangles here that I can split up. You can also split into more triangles. As you can see, I have a little one to the left and to the right here. We just need to find the area of one triangle. I'm going to really focus in on the triangle I highlighted in yellow. And so area, I'm going to say this is step 2. So area of a triangle, we have the equation here, 1/2 base times height. So it's going to be 1/2. What is the base of this yellow triangle here? And well, we have a side length of 3.4. So our base is going to be 3.4. So times 3.4. And then our height is going to be our apothem here, which is 2.9, because it is perpendicular. So times 2.9. And then type this into your calculator. I'm going to do for a half 0.5, so 0.5 times 3.4 times 2.9. That's the area of one triangle. Okay, so area of a triangle is 4.93. Our units centimeters, so centimeters squared. Step 3 is multiply by the number of sides. So I'm going to take our area here times 5, times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sides. So times 6. So times 6. We get 29.58. So 29.58 centimeters squared. And so that's the area of our regular polygon, which is a hexagon, since it has 6 sides. All right, let's move on. All right, let's find the volume. So step one is identify it as a pyramid or a prism. And so pyramid has one base, prism has two. I see two bases here, and so it's going to be a prism. I'm going to make note, two bases. And since it's a prism, we're going to write down the the volume formula that we'd use. So go to your reference sheet. The volume, since it's two base, it's just going to be the area of the base times the height of our prism. Okay. And so we need to find the area of the base. So step area of the base. I see it here. And you should notice that the base is the same as the last page. So we don't necessarily need to find the area. We already have. And so let's go. We have it here in my calculator, 29.58. So it's 29.58 centimeters squared. And so now we need to just multiply it by our height. So I'm going to highlight red. So times our height, which is 20. Okay, so times 20. So 29.5 times 20 equals 596.6. So volume equals 591.6 centimeters cubed. All right. So now we have another example. Find the area. So first of all, let's just look at our polygon here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sides. Okay, and so we have a pentagon. I'm going to make note of that. 5 sides. Equals pentagon. Okay. So as you can see there in the question section, where is the apothem? So remember, our apothem is from the center down to our side, and it's perpendicular. We have a side length of 8. Okay, and so these are the steps. If you do not have the apothem, this is what you do. Okay, so split the polygon. Just want to split it into triangles. Okay, and then find the central angle. And so the central angle in this case is one of our triangles here. And so what we do, so for step 2, we're going to take 360 divided by the number of sides, which here is 5. So 360 divided by 5 is 72. So 72 degrees, 72 degrees. All right, step 1 and 2 are taken care of. So now we need to draw the right triangle. It is half the size of the 5 congruent triangles. So step 3 is I'm taking this little triangle here. I'm going to highlight it in blue. Okay. And I'm taking it and I'm going to redraw it. So take it out to draw this, okay? And so I need to find its parts. And so I know this entire side is 8, but I also know that the apothem splits it in half. So that means our side length here is 4. And then we have an angle, a full central angle of 72. I need to split 72 in half, so 72 divided by 2, to get that half measurement of that angle. And so that's going to be 36 here. And so now we can solve for our apothem. So step 3 is done. Now we're on step 4 using trig. And so this is our reference angle where we're looking from. That's my opposite. And this is my adjacent. So I'm going to write step 4 down here. Since it's opposite and adjacent, that's going to be tangent of our angle measure, 36, equals opposite, which is 4, and then our adjacent is unknown. Okay, so I'm going to type in tangent of 36. So remember in our calculator, 36, trig, tan, enter. So it's about 0.3633 equal to 4 over A, our unknown. And now this is where we cross multiply. Write it over 1. So 4 equals 0.3633A. So we need to divide both sides by our decimal. So 4 divided by 0.3633, enter, 11.010 equals our apothem. Okay. So to find the area, is our last step, so step number 5. Let's use gray. Find the area of the triangle first. Okay, so I'm going to use the entire triangle. I'm going to highlight it in purple here, pinkish. So I'm now going to use this entire triangle. So the height, which is the apothem, is going to be the 11.010, and then our base is 8, since that's a side length. Type that in the calculator, 0.5 times 11.010 times 8. So area of one of those triangles is 44.04. To find the total area, you're going to take it times 5, since that's the number of sides. And so total is going to be 220.2. That's our total area. Next example, identify the pyramid or prism for us to find the volume. Okay, and so we have a pyramid. So since we have a pyramid, because it has one base, our volume is going to be 1/3 times the area of base times height. And so, as you may have noticed, I forgot to put in a height of our pyramid, and so our height is 34 here. So 34. We need to find the area of our base. And so I'm going to highlight our base in blue. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Side length of 8. So we actually found this area. It was our previous example. Okay. And so the area, total area was 220.2. So 220.2. Drop down that 1/3. So let's calculate it. 1 divided by 3 times 220.2 times 34. It's going to be 495.6 units cubed. We don't have our units. Approximately, that would be our volume. Okay, and so our new thing for today was finding areas of regular polygons using trig or not using trig. And so I have a practice uploaded. It's only 2 examples. We'll really hit hard on Monday and Tuesday on reviewing all the things thus far. And so be sure you check out that Schoology agenda, which you can see now here. You should have completed this opener. Um, and then you're watching these notes videos. Do this practice here that's linked, or you can download it from below. All right. You do have an assignment to turn in, the volume progress check. You have 20 attempts, so keep taking it. If you have questions, just let me know. All right, until next time.